Well, welcome to the Undiagnosed Podcast. This is your host with the most, Steve Clifton, aka Steve Clifford, aka Ketchup Man. How are y'all doing? What's going on? Today is July 21st, 2022, in the year of the Lord. Down here in Texas, it's like 108 degrees or something. Actually, we had a cold front today. We had a cold front today at 96. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's exactly 100 today.
Tonight, expect a low of 82 degrees.
Oh, 82 today. Nice. It's hot. It was like 106 one day, 107, 108. This is that I hope you know Jesus weather. You know what I'm saying? Hope you do. I do. Oh, how are y'all doing? Been a couple weeks since I've seen y'all. Been a couple of rough weeks, actually. Been a couple of long weeks there. It's funny, my son here sending me messages asking for some advice. It's funny. Sometimes you guys know I have music Tourette's. For you listeners, all one of you. You know that I have music Tourette's, and so a lot of times, like if I'm in conversations or if I'm just random things, songs come to me, and my son just asked me advice about maybe taking like a gig or like an intern job, and I was like, sure. He's like, should I check it out? I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Sometimes you get to go against the grain. Some Garth Brooks there for you. Dropping some Garth Brooks tonight. It's crazy when you can drop Garth Brooks on young ones and they've never heard of Garth, because Garth, you can't download Garth. You can't go to YouTube right now, and you can try. You cannot go to YouTube and type in Garth Brooks. It's all covers. Even on the Alexa thing there, when you ask for Garth Brooks, all covers. You have to pay for Garth Brooks. And this generation of younger kids that grew up with their free music and look at whatever they want, they don't pay for artists. They just go online and look at whoever. So they don't know who Garth is. So you can drop Garth rhymes on them, they don't even know. Anyways, how's y'all's weeks going? Been kind of, like I said, a lot going on the last couple of weeks here. For you guys that are your first time listening to me, why, how, where? You get over here by accident? Glad you're here. The podcast is a little bit about comedy, a little about nothing, a little bit about the Bible and the gospel. You mix all three of those together, you got the Undiagnosed Podcast. Why is it called Undiagnosed? I think it's called Undiagnosed for a couple of reasons. One, I'm a kid that grew up in the 80s where you didn't go to the doctor. You just put some spit on it or Windex, and do you need to go to the ER? No. Oh, you're good. So I just went. I think I've gone my whole life. I think I broke a collarbone once, didn't even go to the doctor. I broke a thumb, toes. I'm Undiagnosed Podcast. I probably got all kind of stuff wrong with me, and I don't even know it because I'm undiagnosed. I'm beginning to think that I have ADHD for sure, or at least adult version of it, or something going on there. But it's undiagnosed. I was go to the doctor. Why? I don't. Expensive. I need to start going though. I do have a buddy of mine that's told me that I need to make a regular checkup and go. So I got insurance now. My insurance kicked in. My insurance kicked in, so I should start using it. Actually, I did use it this week. For the first time, so start using it. So what's going on since I haven't talked to y'all last? My wife and my daughter came back from church camp. It's their first experience at church camp. It's their first one. And everybody in my house has anxiety of some sort. All three of us have an anxiety. Isn't that crazy? Anxieties. All three of us have an anxiety, and my wife's anxiety is not the fear of not knowing, not going somewhere, not knowing where the bathroom's going to be, and not knowing this and not knowing that, not knowing that. Same thing with my daughters. Not knowing what they're going to eat, not knowing what's going to go on and stuff like that. So they did some research before and looked it up, and then they started getting excited about it, and they went. And I was home alone for like 4 days, 3 nights, 4 days. Don't get it twisted. I did nothing but work, sleep, work, sleep. That's all I did the whole time they were gone. Matter of fact, I dropped them off, went to work, came back, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep, work, picked them up to work. So nothing exciting. No stories to tell here. And I should have done a podcast when they were gone. I should have done like 4 days of it. But anyways, they had a lot of fun. A lot of fun, like a lot. I would say about the second, like the first day, like the first night, even though I was here, I mean, I here by myself. Second night, I was kind of like, the third, I was bored by like the third day. There's no one to pick on, no one to make fun of. What am I supposed to do over here making fun of chairs, having conversations with a lamp again? It's been a while, Lamp. How you been going? Oh, I see you got a new light bulb. Anyway, so, but they did fine. They had fun. Lots of fun. They got back at like 11 o'clock at night on a Friday and wanted to go straight to Whataburger. After we sat in that line for like 3 hours, we came home, ate our burgers, and then they told me stories. My wife told me stories till about 4 o'clock in the morning. Everything. And so they had a blast. I'm so glad they went. They had so much fun. Especially glad my daughter went. These teenagers, man. My daughter's in that teenage phase. We've all been there. Whenever you just like get to that one part where you're like, yeah, I'll just sit in this room. Especially now that this age where they got so much to sit in their room for, which they don't know. Whenever we said back in the day, you know what I did when I was a little kid? I literally sat in my room for days. Now they're sitting in their room. I don't have to tell you, game consoles that they don't even use, not game consoles they don't even use. Internet, TV, satellite, phone, laptops, songs, whatever song they want to hear. They ain't sitting here waiting for their song to come on the radio or the TV. So yeah, so they're stuck in that room. I would be too. Yeah. So get her out of the house was nice. Go up there and she had fun. Came out, made some new friends. Committed her life to Christ. I wish I'd have done that when I was that age. I wish I'd have done that when I was that age, 13 and 14, committed my life to Christ. Maybe because don't get it twisted, people. Christ is the best therapeutic psychiatrist you could have. You don't really need to pay people millions and millions of dollars to tell you what's wrong with you. Read that Bible. It'll tell you what's wrong with you. And I think, coming from a Christian that just started this Christianity stuff. I just started doing this stuff about, a year and a half ago. Man, it's rough out there, y'all. We're broken people. And someone like me has been broken for 42 years, and all of a sudden you find Christ a year ago. It's not an overnight thing. There's a lot of 42 years of bad exercises you've been doing. So if I would have found him, younger, and get that installed in the Jesus 3.0 system installed in there sooner. Jesus 3.0, that's not a good joke. Jesus what? 7.0, 7 days? 40 days? The Bible has lots of numbers in it. 7 for sure. 7 is definitely a factor. God loves the number 7. It's always a 40, 7 and 40 and 3. Anyways, Jesus 7.0 and get that installed early in these kids. That's why they have these youth programs. Get it installed early and maybe they won't have, they'll grow up, but they'll still have anxieties because you're human, but you won't have as many as like, man, I so much going on in my head. And the Bible and Jesus helps me, but some days it's rough. It's rough, man. You wake up and I wake up some days and just this like what I call it, truth serum, like no filter. Like I wake up and just like everything that happens to me is the worst. Everything that of course I'm gonna go here and there's gonna be this. Well, of course there's 6 people online. I get to work. Well, of course they didn't do this. Well, of course there's nothing in the break room that, and it's just all day. And then you have to like rethink yourself and like, wait a minute, you have to put yourself in the word and read the Bible or look at something about Jesus or something, and it just like resets you back into. But it's hard to stay there, man. It's extremely hard. So, but I think these people that have been doing it forever, it's easier for them to do that, I guess. Anyways, so I did notice they did tell me at a church camp that they came across a furry. Yeah, Google that. A furry. I guess apparently a furry is somebody that identifies as being an animal with fur. Well, shit, if that's the case, I've been a furry since I was like 12. Where y'all been? No, I'm not making fun of them. I can't get canceled. I guess it's a real thing when somebody's like identifies himself as a wolf or a fox, and I guess they let their hair grow out and I don't know, watch what the fox says videos over and over and watching, I don't know, getting on and watching Teen Wolf. I don't know what they're doing, but apparently there was one there, and I don't know. We are in a world where you can identify as pretty much anything you want to identify now. I can identify as this clock up here, right? And then like anytime I go anywhere in the clock, it's not set to the correct thing. I'm getting the manager. I'm gonna pull Karen. Anyways, I got my little joke notes here. Usually I format this up, but I've been busy, and you know what? Sometimes you live on the edge. Don't live so structured. Don't have to pencil everything out in a phone. Anyways, what else? Okay, I'm a joke. No, anything. Oh yeah, I got this. It says anything you invite me to that I don't need socks or underwear to, I'm in. I'm so old now. I hate wearing shoes and socks. If I don't have to wear socks or shoes, I'm not going to. I gotta wear them to work. Other than that, I don't wear them. I got these swim shoes that I got on that I got for whenever I got baptized. Like swim shoes, I wear them everywhere. If it goes above that, I'm gonna have to sit down and think, do I want to go to this event? I have to put real socks and shoes on. That's how old I am. And I tell myself I wasn't gonna make this podcast long, but I don't care now. Yeah, so I got invited a couple of Sundays ago. I think I might have been the Sunday before the 4th of July. To my friend came in. My best friend lives in Florida. One of my best friends, I should say that. Us guys, can you pick a best friend? How do you pick a best friend, man? I think I have like best friends from like different decades to even like eras of my life. I can name at least 10 best friends. Maybe 5 best friends, maybe 3. So I can he's in the top 3. So anyways, if not the top spot, or especially from my younger years. Anyways, he was in town with his wife. They're from Florida. They're here. I feel like Bill Burr sometimes. Is my laptop dying? It is. I charged it. Hold on. Plugged in there. I don't have an editor. Anyways, I'm hiring for an editor. The salary $0. Also, if you look on Indeed, I got a production editor, and I also got what else? I need somebody in like a, I don't know, but the pay is not that much. I'll get you later. Whenever when we figure all this out, or Jesus comes back, because it is 300 degrees outside. Anyways, getting back to the show here. But yeah, I don't get the whole furry thing. I don't know. We had fun at camp. Camp was really good. Came back. Their Jesus meter was 100. Their Jesus meter was 100, dude. I mean, they were ready to do miracles. Me and my wife went to a restaurant. There was a guy at the front there that needed some prayer. My wife's praying for him. She don't even order at the drive-thru by herself. She's praying for a guy in the middle in the store there at the restaurant. It's like, so yeah, go to church camp. I want to go. Yeah. Oh, well, that wasn't look at this guy. What even the subject I was on. Yeah. So I got invited to with my friend from Florida. We went to the lake on a boat. Which to me, those two things, when you say on a lake, on a boat, automatically I think, because usually you hear that on the news, or you hear that on the an article about bodies being found dead or whatever. It was on a lake in a boat all the time. So I'm like, me and my clumsy self. People, I drop 700 things a day. Yeah, my hand-eye coordination is horrible. Even though my eyesight is 20/20, I'm 43 years old. My eyesight's 20/20. Yes, it is. Had it checked. Hearing's great, but I drop stuff all the time. So, and then you're gonna put me on a boat with some friends that I haven't seen in a while, and some adult beverages. It's gonna be, I shouldn't go, but I went, and it was fun. We had fun. They were wakeboarding. They wanted me to wakeboard. Google that. Yeah, I didn't. I'm too fat. I'm too fat though. I am too fat to wakeboard, bro. But I'll get out there for the comedy value. So I got out there. They weren't able to pull me up. But on my way up, getting back up on the boat, I bruised 3 ribs. I say 3 because I'm my own doctor, I guess. It feels like it's 3. When you bruise something when you're young, it goes away, 2-3 days? It's 2 weeks later, dude. I can still feel it. But I'm getting there. So, but sometimes, you just got to do things. I think a lot of times in my life, I just sit here because that's what I did in my youth. From the age of 8 to like 18, I literally sat there because we didn't, go anywhere except on my bicycle. I mean, I would go places, but I'm not gonna do that now. Really funny, a grown man riding a bicycle around everywhere. Can I say yes to some things, man? You want to go to the lake and make a fool of yourself on a wakeboard and hurt your ribs in the process? I do it again. It was so much fun. I had such fun. It's such a blast. There's nothing like an old friend, man. It's nothing like an old friend. Whenever you're going through some stuff or you got some stuff going on in your life, and it's just nothing like an old friend to break up that monotony of regular everyday life, and you're just for the 2 hours just 16 again, just making fun of stuff. And yeah, it was fun. I'll do it again. Anyways, let's move along here. What I got on my notes here? Grocery store etiquette. Dude, people don't know groceries. There's no such thing. And maybe once again, this is just my anxiety and just how I grew up. But there's no grocery store etiquette no more, dude. If you get to the register, you're done. If you get to the register, you're done. You can't. I gotta go back here and I forgot ketchup. No, pay for your stuff. Go get your ketchup. Get back in line. Do you even common sense? Do you even common decency? You know what I'm saying? People will do this every day. Oh, I forgot. And then they'll come back with like 9 things. The patience of these people behind them, the patience of these people behind them is what I need. No. Honey, if you're in line, you're done. This is how this works. Let me introduce you to the grocery store. You walk in the door, you get all your stuff. And when you're done getting all your stuff, you go pay. So to avoid from you not having this problem, there are 2 things you do. Step A, you make a list. You think about the stuff you want before you get here. Imagine that. It's called a pen and paper. Or your cell phone that's always glued to your head. One of the 2, make a list. And then right before you go to the register, you do a little pause thing and you look at your basket and you look at your list and you do your inventory. Then you proceed. Okay. And then if you get a text from your wife or something afterwards, you buy all your stuff, you go put it in your car, and then you come back in and you get the one thing and you enjoy life. You don't, at the register. No. It's amazing to me. People drive. This is why there's wrecks. You have a driver's license, but you don't know how to pay for 2 apples at a store. You take credit cards? Yeah, since hello, you can pay for a credit card everywhere. Yeah, of course we do. Yes, sir. Oh, okay. What do I do now? You slide it right there where it says slide credit card. Anyways, if you could be more like Jesus, dude. Jesus was a carpenter. That's the only thing he had going on besides, saving, all of us. He was a carpenter. I wonder why he chose that. It was more like a hobby to him than it was like a job. It wasn't a job. He didn't need a job. He already knew what his job was. He wasn't there for money or anything. So I think it was more just like if I'm gonna be here and save the world, I might as well just like learn one trade while I'm here. Why not carpentry? Why not be able to make little squirrels and stuff? Why not, make a table? I'm sure that bit's been done. Anyways, grocery store etiquette. That, here's another thing, just be ready. There's other people on the earth besides you. All right, moving along here. I need to go to the doctor. I already talked about that. What else we got here, Steve? What have you guys been watching on TV? So also in the past 2 weeks, I started Stranger Things. For me, it's harder to say that. It's so hard to say that Stranger Things because I don't really want to say Stranger Games, like a combination of Squid Games and Stranger Games. I want to say that though. Would that be cooler? Like if you had all the Stranger Games characters out there, and then like the outside world was like, try to get rid of you, which is it's almost kind of similar. What if you took all the characters from Squid Games and put them in Stranger Things? Still would be a good show. Stranger Games. That's what I want to know. Like just a whole bunch of 12 of us and just aliens coming after us, and we got to fawn them off. I'm sure that's been done before too. If it has, I'm claiming it. Stranger Games. Anyways, I watched the whole first season of Stranger Things. It's pretty good. Once again, it's one of those things. Have you seen Stranger Games? Stranger, that's it, right? Stranger Things. Have you seen Stranger Things? Oh no. Ew, you gotta watch it. It's pretty good. Man, I hear this all the time though. Then a buddy of mine was like, "Yeah, you might like the 80s nostalgic part about it." And I was like, "Okay, I'll give it a try." So I watched the first episode, and honestly, the first episode I thought was meh. It's your typical drunk cop waking up with laying around a whole bunch of beers, getting dressed, lighting a cigarette, lighting a match off his arm, drinking 6 pots of coffee, chewing tobacco, Rhoda Cal, I don't know. Your typical my life sucks cop. And then some boys playing Dungeons and Dragons that I could care less about in the 80s. And one of them comes up missing, which was a big deal in the 80s. It seemed like they stole a lot of kids in the 80s, bro. They stole a lot of kids. Like kids got. I mean, I don't know if kids got stolen. I think kids got stolen more in the 80s than they do now. I say stolen, kidnapped. Kidnap is it's nothing to joke about, but I think kids. I just remember it just seems like it was a bigger deal in the 80s. There's more talk around it. Say no to strangers, right? You've seen the meme in the 80s. We said no to strangers. Now we're getting in the cars with them, order them off the internet. Yeah, so I mean, it was a big deal, and like, don't talk to strangers in the 80s. Now you want to know why people don't talk to each other. That's why, because us people from them were told to like don't talk to anybody unless they know you. Me and my mom had a password. The password is I don't even remember what it was. If somebody comes and picks you up, the password is Jello. If they don't say it was a big deal. Getting your kids getting stolen. Your kids are getting stolen in the 80s. They don't steal kids now. They do, but they don't steal them as much because if you steal a kid now and you take them home, you gotta have Wi-Fi. You gotta have snacks for them. Anyways, don't steal kids. Watch The Chosen, season 1, episode 3. So I watched watched the first episode. Kid gets stolen. They're trying to find him. They can't find him, and it's alien. It's scary. It's not my cup of tea, but I can't stop watching it. So that's how Netflix got you. It's good. It does have a lot of 80s. The feel is very 80s. A lot of kids riding on bicycles. People with regular house phones. Once I got past that first episode, it got kind of addicting, and got kind of addicting, and it's a really good show. I haven't started the season. I haven't started the second season yet. I probably will. Maybe will today. I just have given it a break because I just slammed 8 of them down like in a 3-day process. I watched the last episode at the ER because I had a kidney stone, and I watched the last one at the ER. Isn't that some kind of? There's a bit there. Kidney stone. Yeah. Anyways, watch Stranger Things. Good show. I know I'm always 4 years behind on everything I do. Go figure. Hey, what else I got on my new? Oh, also I watched Bill Burr's new special. Greatness. It's Bill Burr. He's the best comedian going right now in the game. It's really funny. I mean, watch it. The way it's shot was really awesome. I think it's at Red Rock, whatever, in Denver, Colorado, where a lot of bands have, famous bands have done concerts over the year. That's where Bill's status is now. He just don't do regular stuff, and it was good. It was really good. I like the way it's shot. I like some of the angles coming from a comedian, the way the back angle, them shooting the video from seeing from behind him and what it looks like the stage is left, right. It was a good shot. Shot really well. The thing with me and Bill though is me and Bill is a love-hate relationship. Go figure. Like I thought the special was great. I thought it was funny. I thought some of the bits he's done. Okay. And I know he probably has to do those because think about this. If you bought Bill Burr tickets and you're waiting for him to see him and waiting, well, I hope he does the white hating, not white hating, wife hating stuff, or I hope he does the talks about how white women did it. I can't wait to hear that part. I can't wait to hear that part. You want to go to the show with me? Oh, that guy, and then he doesn't do it. I guess it's kind of like a letdown. He's got so big, it's kind of like if you went to, I don't know, name your favorite band concert. I'm gonna say if you're a fan of Hootie and the Blowfish, and you go to Hootie and the Blowfish concert and they don't do "She Sits Alone on a Lamppost," let her. You're gonna be mad. So he has to put that stuff in there. I get that. Also, I'll listen to his podcast religiously. I shouldn't say it that way. I listen to his podcast all the time, and so most of the stuff I've already heard. But he had some new stuff in there. I like the stuff him talking about his kid and how he's changing his attitude and his attitude and how he feels about everything, and he's trying to be more calm. I think that's the reason why I connect to Bill Burr, is because me and him definitely grew up in the same era, and we definitely have the same kind of like mentality slash temper. Even though he's from Boston, we have the same style temper slash way we thinks about the stupid people, or not stupid people, things that happen are stupid. But he kind of loses me a lot of times when he goes off on the whole Christian rant stuff, and he does that, and I usually turn it. It's kind of starting to turn me off about him. Uh, One, because I don't really think he believes that. I just think he says that just to try to get a laugh, and I kind of like just turn away when that stuff happens. But it was good. What else did I watch? There was another one, highly recommended. Her name is Christina Alonso. Chick, shouldn't say that. It's a female comedian. Female comedians is harder, dude. Females have it harder. Some people say, well, they have it easier. Hard, do they? Because honestly, like, name 5 famous comedians now. Thank you. You can't. Yeah, you're gonna say Roseanne Barr. Yuck. So they have a tougher. So she's funny. She's really funny. Christina Alonso. She's like South Texas. Excuse me. So she's got all these Latino Texan bits, knowing both languages and stuff. And she grew up poor, so I can relate to that. She's tremendously funny. It was really good. Okay, moving along in my notes here. Yeah, I feel like I have too many notes and I'm rambling now. Who cares? What else you doing? Anyways, wife uses Jesus to make me change. Oh, my wife has been doing that here recently to me. She'll say, like, if I do something wrong, or if I say something wrong, or if I'm like, I don't know, nothing like horrible. Like, I'm not robbing stores or anything. Like, if I cuss, or if I get angry, if I doubt something, and then I apologize. I'm sorry. I apologize. She's like, you ain't gotta apologize to me. Yeah, there's something else you need to start worrying about. She uses Jesus to guilt me into being better. It works. It definitely works. Like I said, dude, there's some of us that need him 24/7, pumped into our. Like, if there was an IV that said Jesus, dude, I would stick it in me. I need it, because I'm on the surface, on the outside surface, the people y'all know me, you're thinking, what, Clifton? What? I mean, I'm the same old guy. I'm funny, and I like to joke around and stuff. And I've got issues, bro, man. I'm 43 years old. This midlife crisis stuff going on, I need a new fence. I need a new car. The economy's horrible. When I was younger in my career, I didn't like establish myself to something like carpentry like Jesus did. And I don't really have like a truly tool of trade. So sometimes I feel like undiagnosed. Anyways. So yeah, she uses Jesus against me. He ain't gonna apologize to me. He knows what you've been doing. Anyways, with my notes here, let's see. I love baseball. I still love baseball. Why? I've been trying to really think about that here recently. Why do I still love baseball? It's nostalgic, man, and I'm a nostalgic person, dude. It's gotta be what it is. We were watching it when I was a little kid. Just that's what we did. There was nothing else to do. To watch the Rangers, watch the Cubs, watch the Braves. And then when you were watching it, what'd you do? You went down the little park there with a racquetball and a bat. And then I think having a bat in your hand and swinging it, even with my horrible hand-eye coordination I told you about, connecting with the bat and watching something you created like move and the sound, ding, and the trajectory, and it's addicting to me. I think another thing about it is I'm a numbers guy. I'm a math guy. So much math in baseball. So much statistics. I can't spell that word. Anybody want to sponsor me a board? I'm trying to get a board in my house of the words I jack up. I'll put it right here for the podcast. I'll put it right there. All the words that I mess up. Statistics. Could not spell that word. Alexa, spell statistics. She's not even gonna know how to say it. Watch.
Statistics is spelled
She did it.
Statistics.
Yeah, too many I's, too many S's, too many C's. Anyways, I love baseball because there's no spelling in it. I love the numbers. I just love the whole back and forth chess playing. And what's really weird, people always get it. Whenever people get to know me, they know that I'm an impatient person. I'm like, wait a minute, you're impatient like this? Would you love baseball? That's the worst. That's the most impatient game. Just something about it, man. Just the back and forth, and you're really never out of it. Whenever I'll go to a game or when I watch a game and if it's a blowout, I hate blowouts. I'd rather it be like, man, within 3, dude. If we could get one here, just the whole never giving up and it never ends. And it's just something about baseball. I just when in my youth, and it's just always being on at nighttime when things happen on the earth and life. I was watching baseball. When we went to war with Saudi Arabia, Gulf War, I was watching the Rangers. Pudge Rodriguez was killing it that night. So it's just such in my blood and in my veins, and I still love it. I love watching it. I love playing it on the PlayStation 4. That's another thing. I played a lot of video games, baseball games growing up. I just love it. It's so, dude. It's not like it was now. Now you can pick your player, what his nose looks like, what his eyes look like, ladies, what his butt cheeks look like. I'm not exaggerating. You can move everything in the body, and then you can do beard, nose, eyes, and then you get to this. You can do his personality, and you can do where he's from, what school he went to, and then you can pick his stance. You can pick the way they pitch, the way they throw, what color their gloves is. When we were little, turned it on. So I mean, I don't know. I just love baseball. I just love everything about it. The only thing is just it takes forever. The season's long. I am patient. I ain't getting older than that. Anyways, move on to the loads here. Getting laughs off other stuff besides stand up. I don't even know what that means. Friends. Anyways. I guess this would be back in the get off my lawn day, custom get off my lawn. I was thinking this the other day when I went swimming with my kid. I think, because when you're little, when you used to get used to burn your feet walking, these kids these days don't know how it is to walk to the store. And I've seen this meme on Facebook here recently. Maybe I should have just called this the Rambling On podcast. Anyways, had to pause it there. The wife came home. Yeah, you can't be recording a podcast when your wife comes home. Better pause that. Better check on and see how that day went. We're listening to that story for a minute. Then we'll continue. Anyways, how are y'all doing? Come here often. Anyways, what else do I want to talk about? I don't even know. I wish I could start recording my Bible studies. Those Bible studies are great. Anybody do Bible study online? Bible study in person and Bible study online are 2 different things. When you do Bible study online, you'll see people doing all kind of stuff. Driving, cleaning out the refrigerator. It's like, what? I'm sitting there listening. You just can hear just someone talking about, Acts chapter 1, Acts chapter 2, and behind them you just hear or somebody driving. At least they're on there. Can't complain. Not complaining. At least they're on there. Well, I wish we had 30 people on there. Those things are so awesome. We get so much out of that. Honestly, dude, I think if I could latch on somewhere and start finding like I could do a 10-minute Christian set, or at least try one. I've wrote at least enough jokes to do a 5 to 10 minute Christian set. You know, where those guys don't go to the normal bar. What do they do? They go to churches. I don't know. I just need to find out and meet somebody. I've seen Michael Jr. a couple of times, but he's always doing a family. Michael Jr. is a Christian comedian. If you've seen him, it's awesome. But our church is a sister church with his. But it's always like I can't walk up to him and fan out. It's always he's like picking his daughter up or dropping her off. I don't want to be that guy. I feel if God wants us to meet, we will. I mean, I met him just if he wants us to talk. Anyways, yeah, I got enough for 10 minutes set probably. In Jesus Party at 12. If you ever go to a restaurant and you have 12 people, please do that. Say Jesus Party at 12. See where they want to put you, where they want to set you, where they going to put me in. Anyways, I don't read anything. I Google everything. So what do I know? What's this segment I've been doing? I'm so fat, dude. I got a I'm so fat moment that I'm probably out. I got three more things here. I was at work the other day, just straightening stuff, and I saw this like 9-year-old kid drop a chicken nugget on the ground. He made eye contact with me, and I made eye contact with him. So he knew that I knew that he knew that I knew that nugget hit the concrete, bro. What's your decision? And I was staring at him, and he was staring at me. And he picked it up. And I was like, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? What's he going to do? And he looked at his mom, and they discussed some stuff. And he looked at me, and he went, on. Stuck it in his mouth and downed it. Dude, I wanted to high five a kid. I ain't even been this proud of my kids in my life, dude. He ate it. Talking about an 5-second roll. What about a 9-second roll? And just murdered it like a champ, dude. I had a tear. Dude, I had a tear. I was like, man, this dude's a beast. 9 seconds on this floor? I didn't even wax it today. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him for just taking one from the team. It's a nugget right there, He like a warrior too. What what he don't know though? Let's see if it'll left it when they run around the corner. I might have ate it. I might have picked it up and ate it, dude. Anyways, here recently I've been getting I always get that where are you? Are you the manager? Kind of thing. Are you the manager? I'm not the manager. Now I'm getting where are you from? For some reason, all of a sudden, people are picking up a northern accent off me. And I've finally figured out what it is. It's because I'm at work and I'm mad. I'm mad. Like, I don't already know. It's work, I don't want to be there. And I start out mad. Like, just mad. And I have to, fix myself. Which is through Jesus and through some gospel, but I had to fix myself. But before then, I'm always mad. They're like, are you from Boston or New York? No, I'm from Texas, bro. We're happy here. I guess I need to start listening to that on the way to work, Steve. Counsel yourself. What do I get left on here? The phone incident. These kids these days. My daughter finally got her a phone like a year ago. She's already on her third one. She's lucky this is the year 2022 because in 1986, you would have got one chance. That's how we got it done in the 80s. We got one chance. One chance. Oh, that was a nice run. So this time I made her wait. I was going to get her one, but this time I made her wait like 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, why not? No, it was 3 or 4 days. Till I gave her one. These kids need to learn some lessons, man. That's why these kids are so soft. No bikes, no phones. Anyways, this is the podcast for this week. I rambled enough. You guys have a good one. I'll see you. Yeah.